Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Suncliffs101, and welcome back to another video. We originally did Godzilla 2014, we did Kong Skull Island, and now we're doing Godzilla King of the Monsters, leading all the way up to Godzilla vs. Kong. This is gonna be pretty awesome, everybody. This movie's a lot more jam-packed than both of the movies combined that we previously watched. The fight scenes are top-notch compared to Godzilla 2014. I don't think there's a single dull moment in this film that really makes you go, this is boring. Like when it comes to Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla 2014, the pacing changes completely. Like, yeah, you can probably get bored a couple of times in Godzilla 2014, but in Godzilla King of the Monsters, honestly, you don't really find yourself ever getting bored. I don't know, I think that the King Ghidorah stuff's awesome, Godzilla stuff's awesome, even the human stuff's awesome. Like, everything about this movie is so different compared to Godzilla 2014. And it's funny, because even in this one, they take the best clips from Godzilla 2014 and they use them in this one, which is kind of funny. I like this movie also because it pokes fun at Godzilla 2014 a couple times. Gotta be honest, like, I love this movie, but I also gotta be fair, like, it's not a perfect film. There are some stupid parts in this that I didn't enjoy. But overall, I will definitely watch this movie again. Alright everybody, let's get into Godzilla King of the Monsters. Alright, so the movie opens up with Godzilla in San Francisco 2014. So the family we get introduced here are pretty much the main characters. We got the father, the mom, and the kid. I know the dad, he's from Peter Jackson's King Kong actually, which is kind of funny. And we find out that the kid ends up dying here in the battle. But he has the flashlight, he's like, Andrew! It reminds me of Chronicles, I love it. And yeah, it's really well seen because you see Godzilla, he's stomping through a building, and it's all in daylight too, you can see him, it looks fan-fucking-tastic. The mom looks up at the kids, it's cool. And that's pretty much the opening of the film right there, and it leads into mom sitting on the bed looking really sad because of the loss of a child. And then we go to 11, cooking food. Well, actually, she's talking to her dad who she hasn't talked to in a while. And as she's talking to her dad, she's like, oh shit, my food's burning. The mom comes in, she like has to like turn on like some like alarm thing. And she's like, how in the hell did you do this? She's like, I got preoccupied, mom, sorry. And then she finds out that she was talking to her dad because she's sly apparently. And the kid doesn't want to talk about it. She's like, fuck no, don't. Yeah. And yeah, so we find out they're in a whole different country and they're watching over Mothra, queen of the monsters. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the mom actually invented this really cool machine that can control them. So this thing is called the Yoka. It's kind of cool. It controls the kaiju and it kind of like lets them do pretty much whatever you want them because it sends like a signal and I guess it somehow tells them what to do. Doesn't entirely make sense, but it's cool. So anyways, Martha kind of goes rogue here for a little bit. She starts like starts killing a whole bunch of people, and then the mom is like, oh shit, we gotta get the Yoka and we gotta calm her down. And so she does, but not really at first. 11 has to come out here and be like, mom, I'll help you. And yeah, I guess she kinda does. And then boom, Buddy from fucking Game of Thrones just pops out of nowhere and it's just like, I'm the bad guy of the movie, I'll kill everybody. It's a good thing 11 ran out to her mom. I think she would have got fucking murdered if she stayed in that room for too long. So after the Game of Thrones guy kills everybody, it then cuts to the boardroom scene. The boardroom scene is super weird, but I kind of like it. So we get our first reference to pretty much the broader universe here. We get to see a little bit of Kong, Godzilla. It looks really cool. To see Ken Watanabe again. The military wants to take over Monarch, and they're like, we'll just kill the kaiju, because, you know, they're crushing cities and shit. Makes sense. I mean, if this was the real world, you know, I would agree, but movie world, not really. So they're like, it's a bad idea, we should probably like team up with kaiju because some of them actually want to like team up with us too. They don't see eye and eye, but Ken Watanabe gets like a message. She's like, oh shit, I gotta leave, guys. She's like, no, I don't leave. Costume transfers. And he's like, I don't go. And then he's out. And then this skinny guy here is like, he plays like a distraction video and it's super fucking weird. My chair is squeaking. It's the same clip from 2014 Godzilla, but it's blurred out and it's like a sex scene. It's so weird. I don't know why it's in the movie, but it's there. It's so fucking weird. Now we're in Colorado. This is where we meet the dad. He loves listening to wolves eat meat. Super weird, but we get a really cool Avengers shot of like the team walking out a helicopter. I love it. Okay, so this guy, he gets recruited. He's the guy who can track Godzilla. He knows what's up. And they pretty much use him to figure out what's going on in the movie. So this is when Mark finds out that the Orca was stolen, and so was his daughter. He's pretty pissed. He's like, I gotta go get my daughter. He's the guy who worked on the Orca as well. And he's not very happy that it got stolen because, well, one, his kid was killed because of a kaiju, and now he knows that someone has this piece of machinery, and it can control kaiju. So he's like, oh shit, more people are gonna die too. So we really gotta get this thing back. Alright, so after that scene, we were now introduced to Castle Bravo, Monarch Outpost 54. This is kind of cool. It's like in the ocean. It's pretty cool because we get to fly in and we go down there like this big elevator. It's really cool actually because we get to see a Mewtwo head. I think that's the same one from the first movie. It looks really cool. Alright, so this is the other boardroom meeting where we get to see the whole team, everybody who's pretty much involved in this film. We get to learn that Mothra is hiding in like some waterfall now. We also get to see that Markio really doesn't like kaiju. He absolutely hates them. He also gives the team an idea that this is just a diversion because they think they have to go after Mothra. But in reality, they really have to go after King Ghidorah because that's what the bad guys want. That's what they're trying to do right now. Blow up the ice place and let him escape. Alright, so now we pretty much go to Antarctica. Monarch Outpost 32. This is where King Ghidorah is at. He's all frozen in the ice. These guys, they pretty much go in, they shoot everybody. We think Levin and her mom are like prisoners, but not really. Actually, we end up finding out that the mom is bad guy. She like boop, blows up the whole place. So we get a really funny scene in the elevator when we get 11 like flipping off the Game of Thrones guy. Thought that was pretty funny. After they walk out of the elevator, we find out that they're gonna set up explosives and blow up the ice and set free King Ghidorah. Why are you guys setting him free? That's a bloody dragon, everybody. Alright, so the next scene, we get the dad. He's sitting down, he's watching old videos of him and his family. It's really sweet, and I think it's filmed really nicely. Then everything starts shaking. He's like, oh shit, what the hell is going on? And the alarms start going off. And we get to see Godzilla for the very first time in this movie, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love, you get me? I absolutely love how nice it is. Beautiful shots. So at first they're like, we're gonna shoot him, things aren't going so good. But the one guy's like, no guys, don't shoot him. What the, just calm down, turn off the weapons, prove to him that everything's good. And everyone at first is like, no, but eventually they do. They turn everything off, and Godzilla kind of disappears. So like, where'd he go? And he flies by the screen, and everyone like shits their pants. Godzilla knows King Ghidorah's about to fucking like get free, so he's going. Everyone's like, where's he going? And the one dad's like, I know exactly where he's going. Follow him right now. And they end up going to Antarctica, so they end up going in, and a lot of the buddies end up getting shot. So the dad runs in, he's like, goes down the elevator, and he ends up confronting his wife and his daughter. He's like, come on guys, we gotta get the hell out of here, I got the gun, let's go. But this is when we find out the mom is actually a bad guy, and the daughter's like, wait, what, you're bad? And she ends up setting free King Ghidorah, which is not good. Not good. And she tells him to run. They all start running, and he kind of tries to go after them. They get in the elevator first, and they start going up. Then he gets in the other elevator, and he tries to go after them. Also, the one chick kind of falls off, so they gotta like pick her up too. It was kind of funny. Luckily, she survived. As he's going up, he's like, okay, I gotta go down and get my buddy. So he clicks the button, and he starts going down. So bad guys get away, and they go in the helicopter, and they get the Orca thing. So they're about to set that thing off, right? But before that happens, Buddy, excuse me, Buddy's like, alright guys, get in the elevator, we gotta get out of here, this whole place is falling apart. So they get out, they're all running and stuff, and then they set off the Orca. All the air goes away, looks really cool. King Ghidorah comes out, man, he starts destroying everybody. He like breathes his lightning breath at everybody. Right before everybody's like, oh shit, we're gonna die, Godzilla comes into the rear, and it's fucking amazing. The fight scenes in this one are way better than 2014, like hands down. This is like incredible. Look at this. This is just cool. And on the ground during like the whole like attack, the people are just running, man. They're like, oh shit, we're being attacked. Oh, a whole bunch of people are being eaten and battled. The father gets like hit into like a wall at one point. It's really cool, actually. I think they do a really good job at like showing us like the groundworks of what's happening, like on the human's perspective. It's really funny. The father probably should have died in that missile, but he didn't. No, that's also the scene where the one lady ends up dying, unfortunately. That sucked. I really liked her from 2014. I thought she was really good in that movie. Now she's just dead. She got eaten by King Ghidorah. Godzilla kind of gets his ass kicked a little bit. And then the military kind of comes in and they start shooting at King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And he just flies away. Now Godzilla's kind of on the hunt, man. He has to go get King Ghidorah. Alright, so after the big fight, we go to the next scene, and we're at the Monarch headquarters, and Buddy, he's like in the bed, he's like all beat up and everything, and he's like, I gotta get out, you know, go see what's going on, and everyone's in the boardroom, and they're like kind of arguing over did Emma really do what she did, and the one lady's like, no, she totally pulled the trigger. Like, no way she did that. And then like Mark comes out, the father's like, nah, she did it. And Ken, my favorite character, he gets another great line. He puts on his glasses and stuff. So, let's keep looking. Here we get a really cool shot of Godzilla swimming in the water. I think this shot looks really cool. And everyone here, it's like, okay, we gotta go to this place. We gotta make sure this doesn't like happen. But before that happens, they get a call by the mom and the daughter, surprisingly. And this is when we find out her whole plan. And I gotta be honest, it's kind of weird. It doesn't really make the whole lot of sense, but for her character, at least she sticks to it, so I can't hate the movie for that. Okay, we got another really cool shot of everybody running down here on the streets, and we get Ice Cube's son and the pilot lady, and they're all looking, and they see the kaiju break out the volcano, and everyone's like, oh shit, run! It's really cool. And we also get to see the kaiju, and he looks incredible. I think this guy is a really cool looking one. And look at this shot. This shot's fucking awesome right here. It's really cool. So King Ghidorah in this movie kind of like makes like a really cool lightning tornado around himself, and it looks really cool in the movie here. So they end up finding out about this by seeing like this really weird, crazy ass stone pop up. Like, what is this thing? And then they see that it stop moving. They find out that King Ghidorah is actually in it, and they're like, oh shit, it's coming to where Rudan is. Oh yeah, and there's also the scene of Rudan flying over the city, and just like one just like destroys like the whole city. Yeah, it fucking looks awesome. And then there's another really cool scene here where we see the fighter jets go up against Rudan, and it's fucking cool, man. He does some real springy stuff. The one pilot guy like shoots out of his jet, and then he like, eats him. It's really fucking awesome, actually. I think they handled that really well. So they're over here trying to fly the kaiju directly to King Ghidorah, and as they're doing that, the kaiju's like about to get them, and then they run right into King Ghidorah. Like, oh shit! So we get a really cool shot of Rudan getting his ass handed to him, like just bam! And he ends up falling into the water. We also get Ice Cube's son and the pilot lady trying to fly back into the main ship, but the doors are shut. So the one guy goes ting, and the thing falls on it and opens up the door. But as they get in, we find out that the sergeant guy from the first movie is going to drop the OG oxygen destroyer. Now, I learned from a friend of mine that the way they do it, it's actually kind of shit. So I hold that with him. I think it looks cool, but I do agree it looked a lot better in the OG one. So they're all in the hangar, right? And King Ghidorah is about to like attack them. And they're like, oh shit! And then Godzilla just comes out of nowhere, just BAM! And then he pulls him underwater and they start fighting and all this really cool stuff. He bites off one of his heads. He like starts like eating it. It's really cool how they do that. What happens next is the bomb falls in. And Godzilla gets pretty messed up from this bomb, man. He gets pretty Buddy here gets pretty beaten up. And King Ghidorah, man, he just flies away, missing his head. He just grows back his head, and we get the really cool shot of him on the mountain. We get the really cool shot of King Ghidorah on the mountain, and it looks really cool. So with King Ghidorah winning the fight and Godzilla apparently being dead, all the 17 kaiju around the place, they start acting up. They start destroying places, and everyone's really sad. Like, oh no, well, fuck. And the mom is deeply regretting her decisions of letting out King Ghidorah. And the Game of Thrones guy's like, what did you expect? And the kid 11, she's like, Yeah, I don't like you, Mom. You're an asshole. Which is really not good. So we get the guy from Justice League. We get Cyborg's dad. He's one of the Monarch people watching Mothra in the waterfall. It's really cool because we get to see Mothra hatch and like break out again. It looks really pretty. So we get a little bit of backstory here on King Ghidorah. So this one lady, she explains where King Ghidorah is actually from. So we find out he's kind of like an alien. He's from outer space. He's not really meant to be on Earth. He came here a very long time ago and he killed kaiju and people alike. So the military shows up. They're not very happy that there's a lot of kaiju running around the place. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. And these guys have to convince them that no, this is not like some like random thing. They're all being controlled by King Ghidorah. We're back at the bad guys again. And this whole time as they're talking, 11 kid, she's listening, right? So the mom's explaining her plan, but she's like, oh, we can probably just do this instead. We'll go to like a place where there's like really big speakers, and we'll just like draw the kaiju there, and we'll figure out what King Ghidorah is. The one guy's like, yeah, but then what? So he's like, he really doesn't want to do any of that, and she's like, no, we should probably do that. And 11's like, you know what, I'll just do that. So she like sneaks in and takes everything, and she runs off, and she goes to a baseball diamond and she starts playing it on a whole bunch of speakers. So Mark wants to leave and stuff, right? So he wants to go get his daughter. And right before he's about to leave on the helicopter, Mothra shows up. And so they all run back in. They're like, oh, cool, Mothra's back. And they find out Godzilla's still alive. Like, oh shit, they can hear him. And they make a really weird sex joke about Mothra and Godzilla. I don't know why they added it, but it was really weird. So they find out that Godzilla's still alive, right? And they want to get another nuke, right? And they want to get another nuke, and they want to like blow him up, and that will like kind of re-energize him, right? But unfortunately, he's living in like a really old, ancient place, and he's kind of just laying there, and the only way to get in is to actually walk in and set up a nuke. So this is probably my least favorite part of the movie, just because my favorite character dies. So Ken Watanabe sacrifices himself to bring back Godzilla. It's probably one of the best scenes in the entire movie. He puts his hand and he says goodbye to his best friend, and it's beautiful. And right as they think it didn't work, boom, Godzilla pops out. Dun dun dun! Godzilla's back, everybody. He's ready. He's all juiced up, and he's ready to go fight King Ghidorah. Alright, so we get a scene with the Game of Thrones guy and Emma here, and she really wants to go get her daughter, because she's like, she can't be out there with all those kaiju running around. And the Game of Thrones guy's like, no, none of us are going with you. So bye. And she's like, okay, I'll just go by myself, screw it. So then you see 11 just standing on top of the building, and you see all these clouds just coming really close. And you see for a brief second the flag stop, and then start going again. It's really cool they do that. And you can just see the fear on the girl's face. She's like, oh shit, King Ghidorah is coming, so this is working. I better run inside ASAP. So she runs inside and she like goes and hides. And then King Ghidorah shows up and he looks in the window. He sees her. And he starts shooting lightning and everything, and he really wants to kill the girl. But right before he does, Godzilla shows up, and we get another really cool shot in the movie where they run at each other, and it's pretty awesome. Alright, so you got Mark the father. He lands a helicopter pretty much directly in the battle, and he's looking for his daughter, but he can't find 11 anywhere. One of the army guys ends up finding the Orca, and they go and try to bring it back to the helicopter, but the helicopter gets destroyed, which is not good. We also get a really cool shot of Godzilla shooting his laser breath again, which I think is really awesome. And then Mothra shows back up, ends up like scooping down out of the sky, and like Spider-Man webs King Ghidorah to a building, two of the heads of him, and the other one's like, and you see the reflection of his Godzilla's face in the building. It looks really cool. Then Godzilla just goes whoa, boom, right through the building. So Mothra goes in for another attack, but she ends up getting attacked by the other flaming guy, which is not good. So they end up fighting. But so the mom shows up as well, and she ends up picking up the father, like, hey, let's get out of here, we gotta drive. IQ's son's like, I wouldn't want you guys for parents, because like they're arguing. And they're like, oh, I know where we gotta go, home, because that reminds them of that. And then 11, you know, she's at home. She's like, oh shit, I gotta go inside and hide. We get a really cool shot of her inside the house, like covering her head, like going, oh fuck. Everything's shaking, everything bad's about to happen. And so they arrive, they're like, oh shit, where is she? They're looking around. So they end up fighting her at the bathtub. She ends up being fine. We also get another really cool shot of King Ghidorah biting the power plant and like, whoosh, whoosh, like shooting all the planes out of the sky and everything. It looks really cool. Godzilla really gets hurt from this. And we also get back to back with that, Mothra getting really beaten up by Rodan here. And right before Rodan's about to kill Mothra, Mothra kind of surprise attacks and goes like a whooshing and like stabs him through the heart. I think it was really cool. But Mothra is pretty beaten from this too, and definitely almost out of the fight here at this point. Alright, so Godzilla gives it one last try. They go to face off again. But this time Godzilla gets pretty beaten up, and King Ghidorah picks him up and like just ends up taking him off into space, and he drops him. He falls and he hits Earth, and he's pretty wounded at this point. King Ghidorah is about to like attack him, but Mothra like sacrifices herself and like saves Godzilla kinda. But Mothra dies here, and Godzilla ends up pretty much getting like choked hold and like energy like drained by King Ghidorah. And as this is happening, the two human characters, they're like, hey, quickly, we gotta get the old gun, we gotta like get King Ghidorah away to distract him away from Godzilla. So the mom's like, I'll take it, guys. I'll sacrifice myself. I'm like, oh no, don't do it. And the daughter really doesn't want that to happen. And it's really sad. She hops in the RV and she starts driving off. And King Ghidorah's like, oh shit, I want to chase her. You think he would catch her like really quickly, but not apparently. So he ends up eventually catching her. And somehow she's not like immediately dead from the car crash. She's just like laying there. But she's like, tricked you, motherfucker. And then Godzilla comes out of nowhere, just all nuclear, and everything's like melting and shit. And it looks really, really cool. And King Ghidorah at this point is not just useless. He can't do anything against thermonuclear Godzilla. He just can't. He can't do anything against it. And he pretty much he gets melted, wiped away. And as all this is happening, Eleven and the dad are in the helicopter crying because they're like, oh, mom just died. It's really nice. You really feel them like sad about it. And then we go to the part of Godzilla pretty much just eating his head, and it's like, and you get a really close up with the humans. It looks weird, but it's kind of nice. And then Godzilla's like standing there like, dun, dun. He's the king of the monsters, because all the monsters start like lining up around him. I think this shot looks utterly ridiculous, but I love it. It's so dumb, but I like it. And then pretty much the movie just ends right there, and that's King of the Monsters, everybody. So I think that was pretty fun. I really enjoyed watching that movie. The kaiju fights in this was a lot better than 2014. They really ramped it up. I cannot wait for Godzilla vs. Kong. I heard fantastic things about that movie. I think that movie's gonna be pretty good. I really hope it is, because I love these guys. I love Kong, I love Godzilla. I think these movies are pretty awesome, and I want to get more. Give me more Monsterverse, man. I want these kaiju fights all the time. So, with all that being said, everybody, come back next time when we watch Godzilla vs. Kong.